The way you open a water bottle can absolutely ruin your first impression. Stop.
No one's looking at you, Mike. No one cares. And that's kind of where this whole walk, talk, drink, sit down, stand up, open bottles like a real man thing falls apart. But instead of just making fun of it, because it's silly, I'm going to explain why. Think about how much information is coming into your brain at any one moment. Fucking loads, that's how much. And to deal with it all, our brains take lots of little mental shortcuts. Cognitive biases are the little, or sometimes quite big mistakes that we make in the way that we think about, stuff. Because we're using these shortcuts. We're just not using all of the information that's available to us, because that would be too effortful for our delicate little brains. There's a ton of different ways that these biases, these little errors, show up in our thinking and our decision making. And we know this because they're pretty predictable. Anyway, one of these biases is called the spotlight effect, and it's a tendency to overestimate how much attention other people are paying to us. In one kind of well-known experiment, participants had to put on a t-shirt with a picture of Barry Manilow's face on it, and then walk into a room full of students. These participants predicted that around half the students would be able to remember who was on the t-shirt, but in reality, only about a quarter did. And even when another group of students wore a much less embarrassing t-shirt, they still massively overestimated how many people would remember what they're wearing. And there's a bunch of these sorts of studies that kind of show the same thing. Look, we've got much more information about what we're thinking and feeling than about what other people are thinking and feeling. And so we often make the mistake of thinking that other people notice what we think is important. So if I'm bothered about wearing the same t-shirt 2 days in a row, or stopping in the street to turn around because I forgot something, or if I'm bothered about the way that I'm opening my drinks bottle, I assume that others also place importance on those sorts of things and notice them. But honestly, we're only the main characters in our own stories. It's hard for us to comprehend that we're just not that big a deal to other people. So next time you feel like there's a spotlight on you and you're worrying what people might think about how you're opening a bottle or walking or dressing, ask yourself if you can remember the last time you watched somebody opening a bottle. Ask yourself if you can remember what your colleague wore to work yesterday and the day before. And unless you're some kind of savant, the answer will be no. No, you can't remember these things, and neither can I, because we're all completely self-absorbed little shits.
Do it right. You gotta grab a bottle from the bottom and untwist it from the bottom, and then take a drink.